we're seeing eye to eye. It's so great we can agree. The Heavenly Father has chosen you and me, just mostly me.
I am utterly spent and done with the spicy demon fiasco. It's been covered to death, and at this point, after talking to Watchful Ponies on this matter, I'm gonna pull a Pontius Pilate and wash my hands of the whole matter. Dear Watchful, and everyone else with any further issues with Spicy Demon, Watchful Pony will be Spicy Demon's parole officer from here on out. Oh, you don't like that? You're the person whose reputation is going to be on the line when Spicy Demon fucks up again. Maybe you'll think twice before you pipe up next time. There's a lot of angry and upset people with Spicy. I've told Spicy that I'm personally done dealing with the situation. However, I'm more than willing to yield the floor to anyone with complaints on the matter. To that end, here is Keychi FIM, and some of her thoughts on Spicy Demon. Please enjoy.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Spicy Demon took commissions from people, took their money, then posted a fake journal entry about how she died. Then she blamed it on a hacker. Then she said that it was her again. Now she's saying that her mom took away her computer so she wasn't able to fulfill any of her commissions. Isn't she like 30 years old or something? What kind of 30-year-old woman gets her computer taken away by her mom? And what was it, for a shopping addiction of some sort? Usually, that's only an issue if you're spending money for bills or house stuff, not just, extra money. And now she's getting angry at people for getting angry at her for not fulfilling the commissions that they bought. I have no idea what's in her head. I fully encourage everyone to go and get their money back through PayPal because that's just ridiculous. I understand that she spent the money already and she has no money to pay people back, but that is not the fault of the people who got the commissions done. That's her fault, and they are fully within their right to get their money back. Also, now apparently she's bothering FNGR over here because, I don't know, I guess she's trying to get him to make a video, be like, oh, Spicy Demon did nothing wrong. Spicy Demon's not a scam artist. You should go and give her more money to spend even though she clearly can't handle her own responsibilities. Really? Honestly, I don't know what she thinks she's gonna get out of FNGR. It's certainly not gonna be a retraction of the story he posted earlier. And I know for a fact that Lightning Bliss is not happy with how she handled things because, she's a fellow artist and whatnot. And apparently Spicy Demon was really upset because Lightning Bliss Senpai was mad at her. I think you have a few more important problems to worry about than whether someone you respect is disappointed in you, Spicy. Her best bet is to just focus on drawing as many commissions as she can, giving them out to whoever hasn't gotten their money back already, and just try to rebuild her reputation instead of making excuse after excuse for what happened before. Her reputation is already in the toilet. Her making excuses and not acting as if she's sorry for what happened isn't helping anyone. It's just making everyone more and more paranoid about getting her any money in the future. Now, I personally haven't commissioned anything from Spicy Demon, and
this is FNGR's Total Legit Babs Con recap. I've talked to such bronies such as Keyframe, Lightning Bliss, Owen from Equestria Now, Shelly D, and Anon, who's been willing to fill in the gaps on some of these matters that no one else has been willing to talk about. Oh, by the way, Shelly D had a magical time at the airport. Think United on steroids. Something about customs wanting to take his magical maple syrup away. And let me tell you, Canadians don't like having their syrup taken away. Long story short, he has 600 hours of community service now. Also, I've talked to Toon Critic, Aeon of Dreams, and Keychi FIM, who's given her own account at the end of this video. I've got a lot of people breathing down my neck on what I can and can't say on this one, so I'm going to try and be fair. Just to give you some context, BabsCon is very horse news and 4chan friendly. In fact, all the security at Babs was provided by 4chan. I've been told this by several sources, and I would suggest that you can fact check that with any of the names on this list. In short, insert your own joke here. There's a fair amount of people not going to BabsCon next year. The funny thing is, the 3 people who got banned, those being named Fatty, Box Monster, and King Theo, who are not only PFC alumni, but they're also members of HARP, the Horse Anal Rape podcast. Now, fairness aside, some of you guys might recall, I had a video describing King Theo harassing a girl named Stardust in the PFC, aka the Pony Fuckcast. That video is on Vita Pony's channel and it is called The PFC Condones Rape. Vita renamed that when he re-uploaded it. If you would like to hear about one of these fine three gentlemen, and my limited experience with him, please go here. Now getting back to the story, Toon Critic while playing Smash Brothers, funny story, that's the second time a story about Toon Critic playing Smash Brothers got on How Not to Brony, had his hat abducted. So we're going to call this Hatgate. It's universally held across all groups that King Theo has stolen this hat. This gentleman is currently banned by 3 conventions as a result of this, as well as his friends Fatty and Box Monster. The thing you should know is Babs has him banned for 1 year, which is stupid when you consider that Babs is held once a year. So basically, unless I misunderstand, he's banned for the duration that there is no convention from a convention. After King Theo stole the hat, they took it back to the room where they danced around the hat and prayed to it. Such is the PFC custom that they also got naked and took turns smearing peanut butter over one another, and began shitposting on a PFC Discord chat. Later on at that night at a horse news party, when Capper General was busy licking the peanut butter off of King Theo's right nipple, he reflected and said, "Wait a minute, this isn't Jif. Are you trying to cheat me?" And King Theo had a massive panic attack. It was at this point that he decided to return the hat. Sadly, he had been wearing that for most of the day at that point, and it smelled. To cover up that fact, King Theo made up a lie and said that he had tried to flush it down the toilet. By then, Toon Critic had a deep-covered ops agent to retrieve the hat from the 4chan part of the convention. That part of the story may or may not involve $40 as well as flashing some boob. That all depends on who you ask. But you can believe me, but you can't believe the fact that King Theo was in fact naked and covered in peanut butter the whole time. Such is the 4chan BabsCon custom. How security didn't see a 7-foot-tall, dark, sweaty, naked black man smeared in peanut butter wearing Toon Critic's hat is well beyond me. I assure you it had nothing to do with it being 4chan. So anyways, while the hat was being returned by Toon Critic's deep ops specialist, Corpulent Brony just so happened to be walking by. And I know it's going to be hard to believe, but he was hungry. And there was a gooey trail of peanut butter. And what's a fat innocent guy to do? So for all you guys who don't know Corpulent Brony, he is a high-ranking member of Horse News. And there is a legend of a peanut butter monster at BabsCon, according to Horse News, kinda like Bigfoot, and Corpulent was gonna crack the case, you see, but all he got when he arrived was a stinky hat and a very disappointed Toon Critic. It's a shame too, because Corpulent Brony totally had a camera at that time with a tripod. Long story short, a lot of people are allergic to nuts. All that peanut butter made a lot of congoers very uncomfortable. And that's Anon's version of BabsCon. Keychi FIM will have a potentially more legit version at the end of this video.
Oh my god, FNGR, you'll never guess what I got today.
Dude, didn't I already give you airtime on Analysis Daily?
That's right. You bastards watching this should head on down to Analysis Daily to get your lean, tender choice, Jeff fix.
Well, Jeff, is this really important?
It is. I finally know what to label Lily Pete.
Oh, this ought to be good for a laugh.
Antifa.
God bless you.
No, Antifa is the anti-fascist movement.
Now you sure this isn't some poorly defined buzzword like SJW, is it?
Well, here, let's take a look.
Understanding of Antifa is that it's basically a bunch of scumbags. Basically, people who leech off welfare while proclaiming they'd rather not have a state to give them welfare. A lot of people that I've known in my life that have been anarchists or communists, what they really want is just a really left-wing welfare state where they're not expected to do anything. If they actually had, like, communism, they'd be put in a fucking gulag.
Lily Pete is a communist? This some more of that right-wing Brexit bullshit, Jeff?
No, here I got another guy.
You remember the whole Richard Spencer thing? Runs up and sucker punches him right in the goddamn face?
Pepe's become kind of a symbol.
So some annoying meme kid got punched. Is this some 4chan bullshit, Jeff?
Damn it, man, give it a minute.
Or Antifa. What's Antifa, Jim? Well, the short answer is, it's the kid you didn't let up in the treehouse. You know, the one never invited over to a sleepover? That's who Antifa is. It's the kid that gets driven to a Starbucks in his mother's Prius, while he's loaded down with an iPhone and an iPad, trying desperately to keep them in the pockets of his skinny jeans. That would be Antifa.
So Lily Pete wears skinny jeans or something?
Jesus Christ, are you dumb? Here, let me hold your hand and connect the dots.
Just stop the jokes for a second and speak directly. People keep asking me for a glass of water talking about Rose's philosophy, and to be honest, I can't make one. Rose's philosophy amounts to little more than individualism, which is a predominantly arrogant and shallow philosophy about people believing they're special in the long run. In real life, individualism doesn't amount to anything because the reality of the economic world we live in values your skills and what you can do over who you are. There's an irony with Steven Universe in that Rose's view of the world is the world we